Man. Just waiting for everyone to get in now.
Max Road. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, that should be everyone now, so everyone should be ready it up. Just send that quickly. Just waiting for one, sorting out the whole things, and I'm sure we'll get started. Do-do-do. Just waiting a few more, and then we can get ready up for quali. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see what the race is going to bring, Canada. Just waiting for one more. Okay. Yes, here we go for the Canadian Grand Prix in F1 in ERO. Just waiting for a weather report. I think you can tell what the race is going to be like. Oh, hello. So it looks like it'll have rain in the race, it seems. From my person on the inside. So this is going to be an interesting race. So F1's finally going to get rain, and Canada. So this is going to shake up the field, I feel like. As we've got loads of cars going out now, let's get my spectator things up. And there we go. So leading is going to be Wage. He's the first car out track. No loser. And behind the other Ferrari of Javier. Red Bull of Jesper. Yes. AlphaTauri of Houseman. Both Renaults of V19 and Drunkenstein. Then Patrick behind. Behind them, it's Nismo and Luke. Then Transmike. Haas, I'm gonna guess Bread. Yep, Bread next. The other Alpha of Prime. Champ. As that's the situation going on, and apparently rain will be in 10 minutes in the qualifying, so everyone's getting their time done now. Oh, hello. Wade has already pit straight away. Must have got wing damage. There's no idea who's going to be the first person to do that lap then. In the Williams. Fall behind, obviously, was Javier behind. As everyone is bunching up trying to get their laps in. Since the rain will be in 10 minutes. So this is going to be very interesting. As we've got Noiser, who will be posting the first time if he doesn't invalidate it. Oh, nearly into the wall there. In the last corner. And the last corner for sector 1 there. You got Luco, you got Javier behind, who will be setting the second time. As he's gone purple again, but Javier's beat that again. So Javier looks like the fastest. Unless the Red Bull's going to do anything behind. As now Luke goes fast as obviously way back, but let's go back to Noiser. So everyone's keeping their space very well on the track. Final 2 corners for Noiser to start the benchmark. As that is rain already. This is going to be very interesting quality. 1.901, Javier was a 1.0806 as the rain is coming down very gently. Javier still on pole with all the laps coming in. V19 P4. Patrick P1 was 803. Houseman P6. Here comes the Ferrari and Alpha. Nismo P8 as Luke doesn't get a lap in. Libero P9. Here comes the other. Not Jesper, it's the other one. As Transbike. Bread was goes in the P2. Next one, Alpha Prime P4. Just don't mind the bottom left, it just glitched out as this game's brilliant. Next across the line will be Champ. Where will he be? P8. Next behind is Loki. P9. And the next car is going to be getting a good wage. No, he's on his outlap, so he won't start a time. It'll be Julian who's on his outlap too. Not out yet. Luke obviously he needs to set a lap. And here he goes down the fight stretch with drum team move out the way. Just gets a little extra toe off him before he gets to the corner. And see what time Luke can perform before his fuel runs out. Oh, his fuel's run out just before he can get to the finish. So now he's going to do a full lap with no fuel in the tank. So currently, Patrick on P1, Bread P2, and Javier P3 round of the top 3. Here's got Nismo. No, that is Prime. He's gone for another lap. Can't improve. There goes the Hassan. There goes Low Key into pits. Wade, who's on his lap, obviously. Let's see where he can be. Only 2 more corners to go. Now 2 corners. Let's see what Wade can do. Where will he be? P15, next car behind will be Julian, who's invalidated, unfortunately. 1 minute 9, which would have put him... Ooh, P13, I think. P14. Let's see if anyone else has got a lap going on. As everyone is trying to get their laps in before the rain gets heavier. But you can tell it is affecting the drivers already. So this could be the grid. As there's Luke still struggling to get back to the pits. As this is going to be a very interesting quality, because everyone looks like it's going to be only be able to perform 1 lap in the rain, thanks to these conditions. So currently pole is Patrick, a 1 minute 8.3, which I really think is going to be very hard to beat, especially with the rain coming heavier. Brett, P2. Remember, he was the Russia winner last week. You got Javier in P3. You got then Prime P4, Jesper P5, Transmike P6, who's on an outlap, as he's trying to get another lap in, it seems. Noisy P7, Champ P8, Liberal P9, as that was Julian, I think, starting his next lap, who's just run across the line. You got Loki P10, P19, P11, Houseman P12, Drunkenstein, Nismo, who's currently on outlap as well, Wage, AC130, Luke, and Yoxter, and then Julian, who's still trying to get a lap in, but obviously the conditions are getting bad, unfortunately. As I already know about the radio Tino, I've been told about it. As Patrick retires, obviously, since he thinks he can't improve the time at all, but has he gone out the pits there? Or was that his teammate, Houseman? Yes, that's Houseman. As they still gone out on softs, people are still trying to beat their times, it seems. Which I'm sort of surprised at. So I don't think the grid's going to change anymore unless someone can do a miracle lap. Let's see what Julian can do, and since he needs to put a lap in. And no, Julian's not. I think he's going to not do any laps. So currently Julian will start in the back. He's had 2 pole positions back to back, but I don't think he's making it pick 3 in a row. AC comes, starts his lap now. Ooh, as the track is getting much wetter, you can tell. It's becoming very wet on the track. Everyone, because I don't think anyone's going to improve their times now with the track and the changing conditions. So Canada race is going to be very interesting for F1, it seems, because now it's almost that the rain people are going to have their chance. And I feel bad for Maxwell since he wanted rain so bad. And it looks like, oh hello, who's that? Is that the wall or was that in the pits? Oh, Liberal spun out. That shows how wet the track is. He spun out on the last corner. And he lost quite a bit of his front wing. So yeah, I don't think the order's going to be changing at all. Because the conditions are very, very slippery now, it seems. And all the cars, you can tell, are backing off slightly. As let's do a comparison from Houseman's time to see the difference. He is 15 seconds down. So this is going to be a very, very interesting race, since it's going to be rain. No, apologies. It's going to be dry, wet, and then dry again in the race. So this is going to be very interesting. So we've got loads of battles going on in the constructors and the drivers. Apart from obviously Max, who's already won the title. Who unfortunately can't be with us today, thanks to the delay, thanks to the F1 race. And so everyone's going to be pitting, and I think probably everyone's going to be retiring now, since there is no need to to race anymore since conditions are too wet to race. As Luke's gone out again to the surprise. Let's look at the standings again. All right. As you've got a nice scrap of P6 right now between Loki, Bread, Vizu. Sorry, apologies for this. Champ and Noiloser, who are all within 15 points of each other. Which is going to be very interesting to see how the constructors work for like Haas and Racing Point and all that. Since two of the drivers battling for P6 are Brett and Champ, obviously, the Haas drivers. Yeah, you can definitely tell that Luke has to pit, obviously, because I think most of the drivers... Oh! That's very, very unfortunate for Yorkie, as he apparently has not put a setup on, so he's running the basic setups. So, I commend him for that and see how he does. Okay, guys, the track isn't going to get any faster, as proven, Luke. Just retire the pit so you can get the race started, because the grid's not going to change at all. Oh no, of course Brett's got out as well. Surely, because the track's very slippery. If he crashes out, it's his own fault. So the conditions, as you can tell by Luke's wheel, it's very, very hard to get the throttle down. And now Champ goes as they're shown in validation. That's how bad the track's getting, and I'm surprised drivers are still going out. And only a handful of drivers have DNF'd. Because I'm sort of surprised people are still trying to do a lap time, especially with conditions getting very, very slippery. Here comes Luke in the pits now. Which took 50 laps of fuel. We just got to wait for all these drivers to hopefully realise they can't set better laps. And hopefully we get on with the race, because I don't think the grid's going to change at all unless the conditions dry all of a sudden in a matter of like a minute. So the grid right now is still Patrick, Bread, Javier, Prime, Jasper, Trump Mike, Noiloser, Champ, Liberal, Low-Key, V19, Houseman, Drunkenstein, Nismo, Wage, AC130, Luke, and Yul, and Julian in the last place. Wage, yeah. Wage, I got told about that, so I've just seen that in the stream. But I bet one of the people who are going to be happy is Patrick, who obviously has pole position. Especially in the truck. That's obviously evolved into very, very damp in areas. And I'm not able to prove any improvement. Oh, fuck, Bread! God's sake! Man, you believe... But you're 15 seconds off pace, and you're still doing laps. You're ruining your own race, aren't you? Oh my god. Lucas! Oh, for God's sake! Okay, so... I don't know how to say it at this point. As Houseman's gone in intermediates, for some reason. I don't know why, but just to get used to them, I guess. You've got Luke, who's currently out lap on Intis as well, I've noticed, and Bread, obviously, who's still on his softs, along with Champ. Like, Team Haas, honestly, sometimes. Oh, yeah, he realised. Oh. Oh, yeah, Champ, don't worry about that, I just caught you do that, so good luck with that. Okay, it's fully on stream, so good luck with that, Champ. At least he didn't bin it, because he would have started in the back if he did. As you can definitely tell, it's not softs anymore by how wide Bread's going. This is gonna be fun. As you've got Luke and Houseman both trying the intermediate tyres already, it seems. Which I'm sort of surprised at. But hey ho, there it is, so they can do what they want. Julian's gone out for a lap since he hasn't. Not Julian, sorry. Low Key's gone on intermediate as well now. I don't have any words at this point. Like, why are guys still going out on intermediates? When they've already set a lap time, they can retire and get the race started quicker since we're delayed by an hour and a bit. Thanks to that like pretty much epic F1 race that happened. I won't put any spoilers, obviously, in case you haven't watched it. But I'm gonna think people have heard about that massive accident in that one. Okay, so it's like Brett's called it a day. On the softs, along with Champ. As you got Houseman, Luke, and Loki all out on the intermediate as Luke locks up massively at the hairpin. There's another retirement, so oh yeah, the conditions are getting worse, as you can tell by the wheel movement of Luke. This is so fun, honestly. So basically, everyone who missed out to get one lap before the conditions worsened have massively had a blow. For example, Julian, he invalidated his first lap. Obviously, and now he's starting P19. So the back. You got, obviously, some drivers who accidentally fueled up too much, like Wage. He went to 15 laps of fuel. So that's cost them to P15. And also, you've got other drivers who managed to do brilliantly, like Patrick, who obviously got pole position here. Brad P2, like Javier P3. Oh my god. Brad, you're not even going to make us do a lap, so why are you coming out? Oh. Like, what am I watching this quali? Jesus weep. Ay, ay, ay. God's sake. As Luke's behind Houseman. As they both go for the lap. Brett, who's literally not going to make a lap. I don't know why he went out. But it's intermediates, along with Champ. I've just got no words for them. As it was all finishing, as I expected, the grid has not moved one bit since the conditions have got that worse for intermediates. Like, I've got the worst of... I see now, obviously. Obviously people started practicing for the wet conditions. Like Team House, for example, since both their drivers love the rain in this game. So, obviously, the only ones who've done that are obviously the Team House, Loki, Houseman, and Luke are the only ones who went out intermediates. So they're gonna have, like, I think a little advantage, maybe? But it just means they've used a bit more of intermediate tyres. As you've got Patrick, Houseman, and Luke are still going, but obviously this is going to be their last lap now. As they go, session over, as the grid, so I'm gonna feel bad for some of the drivers who managed to not even get one. Okay, Houseman's ghost just killed someone. As is the grid, obviously, was Patrick P1, Brad P2, Javier P3, Prime P4, Jesper P5, Transmite P6, Noiloser P7, Champ P8, Liberal P9, 10th is Low Key, behind him V19, Houseman, Drunkenstein, Nismo, Wage, AC, Luke, Yokel, and Julian all rounds off the grid. So this is going to be very interesting. Rain, obviously, with the conditions, it's going to be the drivers are on the best tyre, and the right tyre are going to be the ones here at the end. As obviously it's going to be dry, so everyone's going to have free choice of tyres for the start. So let's see what the drivers will pick for their starting tyres, since the rain apparently will come midway through the race. Just waiting for everyone to load up now. This is going to be a very interesting race. As Canada, as usual, unpredictable conditions, is going to bring a dry race. So let's see how this will work for everyone. Because I'm curious about the setups as well, like what they've done for them and all that. Just gonna have a drink quickly before the race starts. Okay, there we go. That's everyone on the grid. As it looks like most of the front runners are on softs. So let's see what people are on tyre wise. As everyone in the top 10 and V19 are on softs, and then Houseman on mediums, along with Nisno, Wage, Luke, and Luke are the only ones in mediums. Drunkenstein, Yoko, and Julian also on. As V19 gets this. Okay, that was very quick for him. There's obviously Patrick on pole, who managed to get the first lap done and just enough to get pole position. Brett, who was only like 2/10 off, but the conditions were getting bad on the first lap, so that's where everyone rushed out into the pits. As there's the strategy, but it won't be that since there is rain coming in the middle of the race. So we have to see how this works. And Patrick nearly bins it on the formation lap, getting bit on the grass. Everyone else is keeping it calm, giving him space, get the tyres all warmed up for the race. I'm sorry, just ignore the bottom left, the fastest lap thing. The game's just being glitchy as usual. As one of the big losers obviously to that was Julian, who didn't manage to set a time in drying conditions, as it got wet before he could put a proper lap in. So I'm so surprised he's went for the softs, because I thought he'd go for the mediums. But Canada is one of the tracks that the tyres can last up quite a bit, if you can manage them well. As here we go for starting, because all the front cars are now at the front. To start, get onto the formation. This is going to be a very interesting start and see what happens. Will Patrick hold his lead? Will Brett manage to make a move? Or will the one in the second row get the better start and pile into the lead? Let's find out in just a few seconds. And obviously don't forget, we have a huge battle going for P6 right now between 5 drivers. As that's the closest battle currently so far. So here we go for the lights. Here we go. Let's see how the start goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we are away for the Canadian Grand Prix in F1. Good start from Patrick, but Brett gets a good start too. And what a start by the Red Bull! What a move! What a start from Jessmark. This is yellow flags. Is that a Renault on the wall? It's V19. And there's crashes all over. Safety car. Oh, but what a start! As we've got to wait for the grid to sort itself out. As Patrick still leads with Red P2. Oh no. I think I know what's going on again. Yep, just gonna wait for the thing to sort itself out, and then I can obviously tell what the penalties are like with everyone, what positions. There we go. Alright, so it looks like, oh wow. 6 people have got a penalty on lap 1. I'm gonna guess they're all 5 seconds. Oh my god. But one of the big losers is Patrick, who got one. You've got Prime, you got one. You've got Houseman. You've got Wade, Julian, and Yorks. So that's a great start. This is shaking up the field because now Patrick and all the other ones who've got 5 seconds are gonna have to. God, mate. Gonna have to take this penalty during the pit stops, which is gonna very hamper their race. So that's gonna be fun. So Patrick may have threw this win away if he can't pull like the 5 seconds to get the pit stop sorted. But you gotta remember there is rain coming forecast somewhere in the middle of the race. We don't know exactly when, but apparently I'm gonna guess like 20 minutes, half an hour in. As we've got loads of cars in the pits. You've got Wade, you've got Drunkenstein, you've got Julian. But you got York. And all of them had to get front wing changes from the first lap calamity. Obviously, if you're enjoying the first lap things, don't forget to give a like, subscribe. Since F1 is going to have its first rain in the race for the first time this season. So behind the safety car, obviously Patrick still leads over Bread. Prime, but Transmax did a brilliant start. As Javier didn't get the best start, and now it's P5 from P3. Let's see the positions change now. Best start was Luke and AC1 in the Mercedes, as they got 3 positions, but then Julian, obviously with his pit stop, obviously got 4. But obviously I don't count that, so so obviously AC and Luke probably have the best starts. Next one is obviously Transmike, who made a brilliant start. But it's unlike his teammate who went back 2 positions. There's probably, I think, one more car, safety car, and that should be enough. So yeah, you've just missed it. If you just joined, the safety cars came out on lap 1. After, I don't know what, but something happened on the front step, which a V92 who DNF'd already. So unfortunately I missed that because I was too busy watching the brilliant start by Transmike and all that. It looks like everyone's all grouped up now, so hopefully no one gets some stupid 5-second penalty to add on. As it looks like at least half the people who got penalties have served them. So the only ones left are Patrick, Houseman, and Prime, who need to serve their 5-second penalties in the pits. So this is going to be a very interesting race. As Canada does bring a lot of action, like Lewis and Vettel, obviously, when Vettel lost the win. Thanks to a 5-second penalty. Will this bite Patrick? Or will he manage to pull away like such after his pit stop? But again, it's just going to be the better tyre. Who's going to be in the best tyre at the right time? A safety car in this lap, as I predicted. Now Patrick controls the pace, and hopefully no one else gets a penalty during this little bunching up. As Patrick gets very slow ready for the start. So let's see how this restart goes after the safety car comes in. Will anyone else get any more 5-second penalties? Will we get a nice clean start from a rolling start this time, obviously? You can tell the cars are eager to get going. Patrick leading the lines, everyone gets their tyres warmed up and ready. As there we go, Patrick gets a brilliant getaway. Has nothing else going on in the back, it looks like. I don't think so. Looks like everyone's got through it cleanly, thankfully. As we've got nothing else going on. Trying to find any action, but there isn't any at the moment, as Patrick is pulling away from Bread. Anyone else? No, it looks like everyone's managed to get a good start. Luke has obviously got a good start. He's alongside with Julian. And Julian managed to hold him off. Julian moved up another position after the restart. Although Luke's come fighting back, just to lock his brakes up, and this is putting the Williams in. That's Nismo. The Alfa Romeo spun, it looks like. Oh, he got some contact. As you got Wage who's trying to make a move on Drunkenstein. Let's go any further forwards. Ace is going for a dive. Houseman locks up. Let's go back to those two. Are they still side by side? Wage has got around the outside brilliantly. As Houseman and Ace are still side by side. And Ace is going to have enough ERS. Oh, here comes Loki and Libero. Oh! He clipped the rear and he had to control it. But great control from Loki. Anything else going up ahead? As the fronts haven't changed. But the thing is, Patrick is pulling away. But remember, he has 5 seconds stop goal penalty, including his pit stop. There's nothing else that's going on, it looks like, as Julian has managed to get from P40 to P12 already. So brilliant starting to the restart on those fresh mediums. See if anyone else. So Julian's gone to P12 already, and it's only lap 5. So 7 overtakes are really great for the racing point. And I think he's going to make a move here. Yes, he is. Side by side for the hairpin. Who's going to do it? On the outside, Julian. Is he going to make a comeback? As I don't think so. He's going to be too far back as DRS will be activated this lap, I'm sure. Patrick comes across the line still. Got a nice 7/10 gap though. Let DRS enabled this lap. As we've got Champ. Is he going to make a move and Jesper? Nope, it doesn't look like. As Julian looks as well, but he doesn't go for the side by side. Houseman and Luke! And Luke gets the position. Just a bit later on the brakes and he's got him. As Wage is now side by side with Houseman as well now. How is this going to end? And Houseman holds off brilliantly. But Wage is going to come back at him. He's going to have the inside 9 next corner. Houseman's gone deep. Crossover. And Wage is side by side still with him. Wage should get the move here hopefully. Oh, Houseman brilliant defending. As those two battle away still, let's see if there's anything else going on. Nothing else, so let's go back to them. Oh, Houseman's falling like a stone. He's now on a P16. Only Drunkenstein behind. As Nismo unfortunately obviously had to pit for front, I think front wing. At the front it's still the same. Patrick still leads Bread. Prime P3, Transmike P4. Javier, Noiser, Champ managed to get past Jesper, it looks like. Jesper is struggling for his tyres, it looks like, or something. Let's see if anything else going on behind. As Julian's in P10, I've missed that. What a start he's had from safety car. The guy who started last is now to P10 already. But alright, he had to pit for fresh socks and a wing change. Along with a 5-second stop goal, but the safety car really has softened that blow. Let's see if anything else going on. There's a bit of a group packing up now. Here we go, another hairpin. This is going to be the prime opportunity. Let's hope it's not a DRS train here. As Luke, Javi's got almost 100%, meanwhile, Transmite has half of it. Let's see anything else. Still sticking, no one go for battles yet, it looks like. Let's see anything else going up front. There's these guys. And I feel like there's going to be a battle brewing between Ferrari and Red Bull as Julian goes the fastest lap now in his fresh meet, as he's in P9 now. He is definitely on the recovery drive. Remember, he can probably last quite a while. Because we've got nothing else going on yet. Just everyone trying to get a space and all that. As Brett is trying to put the pressure on. As we go further back, there's loads of cars next to each other. Jesper didn't get a good exit there. Julian's going to get him. And Julian powers through to P8. What a recovery drive. It's further back. Wage and Wage gets the move. Brilliant racing so far by all these guys. And let's see if anyone's going to make a move, as Brett's still just too far away to get an overtake sorted. And Prime obviously still holding off. You've got Transmite P4, Javier P6, Noiser, Champ P7, Julian was a brilliant drive to P8 already. Jesper as AC. Battling Liberal here. Who's going to come on top? There's 3 cars, here we go. Luke's going to make a move. Is he going to stick it? Still there. Oh, bit of a bump. Bump in the run there, it looks like. Liberal's got the traction still. Side by side, here he goes. And Luke gets the move. Brilliant race by all these guys. Just overtakes everyone. Julian's got past Champ as well. This man is on a mission to get back to the front after starting last. As now Liberal's messed up, and here comes his teammate. Wage is going to get the move. Liberal didn't back off a bit, so he's going to lose more track time now. So there goes Yoko as well. We're further up. Julian's trying to get a move on Noiser already now, as the clouds are darkening. It's that Nismo again. Virtual safety car now out. Ooh. As let's look at the penalties now, if everyone calmed down, since the fronts haven't changed much. You got Patrick still leading, Bread in P2, Prime P3, Transmite P4, Javier P5, Noise at P6, Julie in P7 with a brilliant drive, Champ P8, Jesper P9, and AC in P10. So brilliant drives by somebody, especially Julian. As Low-Key must have got caught over there as well, I've noticed. Unless he's pitted for fresh softs. The mediums, I'm sorry. Yes, he did pit. I must have missed that. This is going to shake up as he looks like he's trying to follow his teammate. As the virtual. Oh, hello, Julian! I just cut to that at the right time, but Julian was squeezed from both angles there. Oh, unfortunate for Julian, who'd done an absolute stellar job to get where he was. As I've noticed, this Bread is literally less than 3 attempts away from Patrick. Well, this is technically the net lead if he gets past, since obviously Patrick has a 5-second stop go during his pit stop, as he got a bit squirmy there. Here comes Bread. Is this the lead? Is he going to go side by side, or will he back up on the next DRS? He's going to back up on the next DRS. As you've got battles going on still, Champ has got past Noiser. One Haas is making a move and the other one's trying to make a move. Whew. Just action race all over, it seems. You've still got loads of cars battling for the top 10 point positions. Have you got one of the upsets with Julian, obviously, who was on P7 before just contact there between Champ and I think Noisy. I think he got a little squeezed. As Brett is still trying to stick with him, but remember he has so much ERS now. As Wage gets a 3-second time penalty, which is his second of the day. As here comes the rain. Now this is going to be interesting. Who and when are people going to pit? And the intermediate conditions are going to come out soon. As it's light now, but I feel like it might be either heavy or light rain. But intermediate or wet. Bread's still sticking to Patrick. It's further back. You've got Transmite trying to keep up with Vizu. Further behind them, you've got loads of battles going on still for the top 10 positions. Luke's is still trying to get a move on Jesper, and obviously he's got Wage right behind him with Julian P12. As he's making a dive there. Oh, he can't get the traction out of the corner. Go further up and see if anything else is going on. As the clouds have got very dark now. Drivers are going to be very careful not to spin out, or that is their race done. Spread is sticking second L2, who's that? Oh, it's Jesper! Jesper, who was literally having a great race for the Red Bull. A span out as he got front wing damage. Still else to get the camera, but obviously I can't see yet because it's not giving us a camera. That's alright, it's obviously just, but always got huge battles going on still for the top 10. Oh, he's the gearbox glitch for Wage. Bread sticking right to him still. Oh, who's that? Was that Julian or Loki? Oh, Libro and Loki must have got together or something. As Bread's going for it! Still side by side, he sealed it. No, he hasn't. He left the door open still. Side by side with Patrick in these conditions is brilliant racing by these two. And Bread gets the position. Great driving by the Haas driver. As he takes over the lead now, but remember Patrick still has his 5-second penalty. That's Julian. It's a 3-second time penalty. As this is turning into a very interesting race now. Since the rain is getting heavier, so we're going to find out who's going to make the race. Here comes AC on Champ. Outside line for him. Side by side, and what a move on the Mercedes. To hold it off on the curb too. You've got loads of cars. They spread off now, and oh, as you can tell, the track is getting wetter. This is going to be very interesting. Here he comes again. He's got Javier this time. Side by side for the last corner. As Prime is caught up to Patrick too. Let's go back and Javier holding off. As who was that pitting? It's Prime. He's gone for the pits. Obviously, he has his 5 seconds. He thinks it's time for intermediates, I think. Oh, please don't say he's got 5 seconds. Oh. I think he got a 5 seconds entering the pits. So that's not a good sign. The yellow sector 1. Oh! Oh, Brando! The race leader has spun out on the conditions. Oh, that is such a orbit. That means Transmike is now a net what P1. With Ace, the Merc driver, sticking right behind them. That shows the conditions are getting worse. As this might be a freeway battle now. Is Transmike going to be doing the... Oh, a bump and run. These three are battling for the lead in the changing conditions. That's Canada. Because you got another battle coming up. Both Ferraris. Side by side, it's all dive. He doesn't get the traction. And Transmike still side by side. That's Javier, no! Did the Ferraris make contact there? Oh, if that did, I don't think that's very good for the Ferraris. As we've got a massive battle going for as Transmike takes lead. Patrick's going to pit for instance now, I think. I didn't get a good exit. Here comes AC. And he takes the lead as well now. This is brilliant racing. As this is just incredible. Let's see who's got on who's gone on lap tires right now. Sorry, apologies. Let's see. As we've got a few cars, Patrick and quite a few cars have gone for the Inters. And obviously leading them is Wage. He's going to he's the fastest. He is the first driver who's on Inters and leads, technically, when everyone else has to pit, as DRS is now disabled. As shown by Luke losing traction, but Transmike is not going to hold him back. And the Ferrari's into P2. What battles this has produced already? As you can tell, everyone's struggling. Here comes Yorkel now. He's going for Transmike's position. Oh! What was the contact there? As everyone is struggling now. These have to pit for Inters. As Luke, is Luke going to go for another lap, or is he trying to overtake him before the pit? Oh! Did they actually make that with speed limits? That's amazing that they did. Oh my god, they did as well. Oh, the Yorkel didn't. As everyone's pitted, and now if Wade can get a good line out, he will be leading the Canadian Grand Prix. And he will, I think, just if AC just can't get out fast enough. Wage is now in the lead. He pitted on the lap before and he's managed to jump all the cars in that group. because the conditions would get that bad. Patrick's hasn't passed him. Sorry, and both Williams have got past him in the pits as well. What a race already. I'm gonna feel bad for one guy who's miles behind who was leading. Let's go back to the front. As we've got Wage now leading McLaren. You've got Ace P2, Noilancer P3, Yoko P4, Patrick, our pole sitter in P5, Julian P6, Champ P7, Transmite P8, Luke P9, and Loki in P10 still. As we've got loads of... Is everyone going to make a move? Do a bit of a lock up there for Julian. Transmite go side by side with Champ. Who's going to get the better exit? Who's going to get the better traction? Still side by side. Oh, sorry, my throat went dry as he goes tucked from behind. And it's still side by side coming to the last corner. Oh, a bit of contact there. Transmite's going to lose another position. And Luke gets him. Is Loki going to get him as well? And breezes past him. After one little mistake, Transmike's dropped 3 positions. Let's go back to the front. You've got brilliant performance by the Williams. Obviously, with Yoko, this is his first race officially. Since obviously we've got one of our own drivers who's obviously on fire. I think Julian's making a move. Has to back out because he doesn't want to clip him. This is brilliant racing now. All these drivers controlling this in the wet brilliantly. Let's see how. And one of Team Order is going to come and play as Jesper. Oh, was that a time on a track? Oh, it was. So that's going to be fun for the Stoots. Let's go back to the front as Asa is catching Wage on the intermediate. There's a sizable gap now getting built from the Williams. As now Wade with a 3-second time penalty. That might cost them. Everyone's kept in clean file. No dive bombs yet, it seems. As everyone is starting to build a gap between each other. Obviously, with no DRS and obviously having to use the ERS more. As Prime gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's look at penalties. As Wade has 12 seconds. Okay. You got there's only a handful of drivers still no penalties, which is Ace, Patrick, Loki, Drunkenstein, Houseman, Javier, and Bread. But obviously, remember Patrick has to serve a 5-second as Noiloser. It's got Patrick all over him, and the yellow flag. That's McLaren. It's Liberal. He tried to get his tyres warmed up, and he just slammed the wall. Let's go back to the action. He's cut the gap even more still. Side by side, Patrick and Yoko. It's Julie going to be waiting for the scraps. I think he's going to get one car, I think. Oh, no, he's not. He's just going to be too far on the slipstream that he's getting. This has turned into a very interesting race now. Julie moves over to get the tyres cooled. And everyone stay in position for now. As there is a massive gap now between Noiloser and Ace, who's still hunting down Wage. But currently in net P1 is Ace, since Wage has 12 seconds of penalties. Unfortunately, his teammate isn't as lucky as he's currently in P16, has to pit for repairs. Let's see any further back. There's a huge train forming. All the cars. Since everyone is just trying to find their own pace, their own time. And there's a huge queue getting built. From P5 to P12. So there's a huge line of cars. As he is still piling the pressure on to get the P1. Can he get this before the conditions change and pull out a better gap? As the gap's now 4.4. And this massive tree, and I don't think anyone's going to make overtakes unless they make a huge dive or something. Unless these burn off a lot of the ERSs too. So it seems we've hit the part where everyone's just trying to race their own race at this point. And trying to make conditions, unlike Julian, who's going to try and make a move here. A brilliant move by the Racing Point and gets into P5. Remember, he started P19. And that's also cost his exit. Shab's currently right onto him now. As you've got now Patrick pressuring the other Williams of Noiser. Since obviously this is our pole sitter, remember, Patrick? Firstly, I think he's trying to catch back up to these two, who are still battling. As Wage is doing really well in the wet conditions to hold off AC. And look at that gap Julian's made already. He's already made almost a second after overtaking. That's how fast Julian is. Is he going for another victory? As who was that? Was that Liberal retiring? Oh no, that's Liberal into the wall again. Oh, that's so unlucky for him. Let's see. I've just noticed Wage is using the. Oh, that's another time on track. Brett gets a 3-second time penalty. Though that might play into Ace when he realizes, because Wage has been burning his ERS to keep ahead. Let's see if anything else is going on. Everyone's trying to get past the person in front. Oh, Transmag did not get a good exit there, but he's just enough to hold off Drunkenstein. As here comes Luke and Champ. Everything else going up further in front. There's Patrick is pressuring Noyes, who's so much. He's determined to get into P3 and get the gap shortened. It's now 5 seconds to Ace, who's now realising, I think, he has pace advantage. Let's go back. Have anyone else making a move yet? As Ace and obviously Wage have done brilliantly from a P15 and P16 to be 1 and 2 of the race. The next one has to be Julian, who's doing brilliant as well from P19. Oh, Champ got a bit loose there. Is that going to open the door for Luke? I don't think so. He's just too far ahead. Because you got Translike with the best start. One of the best starts at the start of the dry race, but now he's struggling a bit. Let's go back to Ace as he has been just cutting that gap. But I think Wage is he's using the heavy braking sections to get his ERS back just to hold him off. But when the conditions are drying, this could play back into Ace's hand. But remember, Ace still is the net leader with a Wage of 12-second penalties. As side by side, Patrick and Noiser. Is Patrick going to go all the way around? No, I don't think so. He's still. No, he's going to back off smartly. As Noiser holds him off brilliantly. As Martinho says, if you're enjoying the race, make sure you give it a like, because F1 barely has rain as it is. So if you give it a like, we might get more rain races like this. As Patrick side by side with Julian. As no, he loses traction and he has to back off. Williams are going to make a move? I don't think so. As these three are battling for P3 right now. As Noyes is doing brilliantly to hold his position. Meanwhile, Ace, who's sticking behind Wage. Is he going to get in here? As yes, he is burning his ERS. He knows he's got the pace advantage. Let's go further back and see anyone else. No, they're all too far. Let's just concentrate on the leaders. As Wage is really good in the last corners, it looks like, as he managed to pull his gap now. As we've got loads of. So we've still got these battling. As now the gap's now to 6.2. As oh, who was that? Was that Luke? Luke nearly lost it on the wall into the wall of champions. We've got Transmike, who's obviously under fuel, it looks like, because I saw his warning light pop up for a second. As I think the track will start drying, I think, in the next few laps. As Maxwell joins the session. But this is interesting, as you can tell, the track is getting drier now. So the question is, when do you change to the slick tyres? And what tyre would you go on? Softs? Mediums? Depends, like, it's probably softs for the best bet, but Most people I've noticed use the DRS trigger to realise when to pit. As though that was a bit squirmy there, Champ's going to try and make the move, but no, he uses DRS to keep him back. Was he going to make a dive here in the hairpin? Yes, he will! Side by side! Oh, he's got a bit of contact, this is open the door for Luke! Side by side, Yoko! As it's going to be freeway battle if Luke can do something here. Is Luke going to make it 3 wide? Oh, Luke backs up smartly. And oh, okay, that's going to report. As Champ's now spun out. As who was that? Was that Houseman? Yes, Houseman and Loki have pitted. Have they gone for the soft? Yes, they've gone for slicks, they've gone for mediums. This is interesting now, so who's going to come on first? Neuser. This could work out handsomely for the Williams driver. Is it time enough? Will he manage to pull the gap to get into net P1? Because AC has been getting held up by Wage quite a lot. Patrick, obviously now, is P3. Julian P4. York's P5, but obviously these are all on intermediates, and apparently it is time for dries, it looks like now. So the question is Noiluse's early pit stop going to be enough to get into P1? Or will he manage to get his pace up enough to push? As here comes AC, he's going to make the move. And I got a feeling it's going to be race for the pit lane now. And he clears him. And I think he's going to go straight for the pits. Oh, Wage. That was very, very dangerous. As well, there was Patrick and Julian have both pitted. AC has gone for another lap. As DRS is enabled now. I think this is going to play into Patrick and Julian's hand. As everyone's going for the mediums. No doubt. Oh, Julian's got a wing change. And he's gone for softs. That might cost him. But the big question now is, how is AC going to respond? As no loser is in P3, there's Patrick. And the undercuts worked. He's kept Patrick at bay, and Noiser's currently in net P1. What a race it's turned. We've had so many leaders. We've had Patrick, Bread, Wage, AC. We've had so many leaders in the Canadian Grand Prix. I sort of wish it was like 2012's one, but this is brilliant. But this is going to be a very interesting race now. As all the cars have pitted. As low-key I've noticed has jumped his teammate. But is Julian going to make a move? No, look, he defends brilliantly. Just planned his car in the right position. As Julian gets another 3-second time penalty, he's under 6 now. As AC pits. Is that enough to hold the P1? As the two closest people on drive coming down the pit stretch now. As the AC gets first pit, he's on the softs. Here they come. They're coming down the last 2 corners. I think Ace has done it. Yes, AC has brilliantly managed to hold off P1. And side by side with Patrick goes. No loser. And Patrick is P1. But Ace has managed to hold off his intermediate stint to take the lead in the dry conditions. Brilliant driving by the Merc. As Julian's got past his teammate. Obviously he's on fresher soft, so obviously he'll be the faster car. But what a move by AC. From P4, sorry, it was P. I'm going on this, sorry. From P16 to P1, because of the wet conditions, of him managing the tyres brilliantly. As I got everyone else shaping up into grid, as the track is very dry now, as you can tell. But I've got to feel bad for the Haas drivers, who were really well in the wet and the first dry section. But miles back now, unfortunately, especially Bread. As Luke gets a 3-second time penalty. Second penalties now, as the only ones who don't have them are Loki and AC. So if Loki manages to stick, he might be able to get a podium if he can push. But he has to use his teammate in that sort of regard. But we'll have to see how the race will go, as we've got 8 laps to go. AC leads after a brilliant drive in the wet. You've got Patrick in P2, Noiser as Champ makes a move on Wage. You got Noise at P3, Transite P4, Julian P5, P6 for Low Key, Crime P7, Yoko P8. As Luke was the yellow flag, that's another McLaren. Is that Wage? Oh, unfortunately, Wage has just had a very unlucky race. He was leading for quite a handful of laps. As Bray gets a penalty. Luke and then Housepin all around at the top 10. As everyone now up in the top 10 apart from AC has time penalties. Loki's just picked up one, which I feel quite bad for. But if he does stick to his team like this, he will get the position. Okay, so obviously the biggest one in the top 10 is Luke, who will lose his podium. Is a penalty, his position for points for Ferrari. That's a huge knock up from York there. Now the question is, how is AC going to handle Patrick, the pole sitter, in the dry? As I think he made a mistake in this. AC's lost almost 5 temps in the last few corners. Okay, so let's see how fast this lap's going right now. Because the fastest lap currently sits for Julian at 1 minute 11.4. But the track is revolving, so the cars, especially on softs, will start getting faster. As shown as AC has gone 2 temps faster. But this is very, very interesting how this is going to work, because Patrick obviously he has the tyres who can last to the end. AC needs to manage his tyres if he's going to make it and keep his pace. This is going to be a very interesting race to the end, since it'd be a great result for Mercedes to get the win with only one driver. Even though they've sealed both championships, Yoko gets another 3-second time penalty. This is going to be a very interesting race, as you've got almost everyone in the top 10 apart from obviously the leader, who's got penalties. But Noyles has done another great result as well. He's done brilliantly too. He's went from P7 to P3 for the podium. I know one thing, if this keeps up, AC has to be driver of the day. He's had a brilliant drive. From P16 to P1, because he is brilliant wet weather driving. As you've got a battle going on with the Hasses there, if it's noticed. And Chad gets around Junkenstein. Obviously his teammates right behind him. As Luke gets another time penalty. This has not ended well for the Ferrari guys. We've got Luke in P9 and his teammate in P14 after a brilliant qualifying by the Ferraris. Let's go back and see if there's any actions going on. As Niles is putting the pressure back onto Patrick, who is trying to catch AC. But AC is managing his ERS brilliantly. Patrick's got less than 20, he's still got half the amount he is. So, yes, I know, I'm probably saying the name wrong. I can't say it right. Before someone comments that. Alright, oh hello, just noticed that. As Niles is putting more pressure on. Is this going to hamper their chances? As here goes Luke, he's taking the Williams. A second. A side by side for the Hasses, and Bread gets to P11. Oh, did he cut the wall? As Weird gets another 3-second time penalty. Bread went purple in the last sector. Very interesting. This shows the conditions are getting better. And I wonder how Ace is going to manage now with his softs. Since obviously he's on the fastest tyre with 5 laps to go. Because his tyre should just manage. This is going to be very interesting for the end. Alright, so currently your podiums are AC, Patrick and Noiser. With penalties, I think it will stay the same. As all yellow sector 3, Wage is in the pit lane, thankfully. Well, this is going to be a very interesting race at the end, as now Norley is coming up to him. Is he going to make a move? No, he thinks better of it. And Patrick's managed to get a brilliant move as Drunkenstein gets past Champ again. And Champ gets back to him in the hairpin. As you've got loads... As I think one of the cars who's trying to build the gap is Julian, who's trying to get away from his teammate. It's been a brilliant race so far in Canada. You've had everything. You've had dry conditions, you've had wets, you've had great overtakes, you've had spins, you've had all sorts. It's like the 2012 Canadian Grand Prix all over again. Apart from obviously not doing more than 5 pit stops. But this has been a very interesting race. You've got loads. You've still got cars who's still desperate to get into the action. Like for example, Julian, he's trying to catch Transmike. And he's going to have his DRS now on the back, but he has no ERS basically. As Yoko gets another time penalty up to 9. So this is going to be interesting. And I've just noticed, as no loser, he's sticking to Patrick, but this is hampering Patrick. Because Patrick needs to keep defending him at times. So this is going to be very interesting to the end. We've got 3 more laps to go. Is AC going to do a brilliant victory from P16 on the grid? As Julian's putting pressure on Transmike. Remember, Julian's on the faster tyre. But Julian has 6 seconds of penalties. So even if he gets past, it will go back to Transmike. As Drunkenstein just fell. As he's still battling champion while his teammates gone the distance. That's fortunately for Team Haas, I don't think they're going to get any points unless they can cut the gap down even more. As they've still got Julian still trying to run a way around Transmike. As Transmike is now in the yellow fuel, so he is trying to control his fuel at this point. As Julian gets a brilliant braking bit there. As he gets the arrest started to get better launch at the corner, will he make a move? As meanwhile his teammate has got Prime still behind him. Brilliant, make a move, sticks right to him for the next one. Can he get him this time? Goes to the inside, push to the wall, brilliant move by Julian. Into P4. A very, very dangerous move he could have done, but he literally kept his foot onto it and kept the gap. As Mullers was still sticking with Patrick, and Patrick's gap is starting to decrease. His break gets fastest lap now. So that shows how quick the track's changing, as Drunkenstein still battling with Champ. As he makes the big lunge on the outside. What a move by Drunkenstein. As Champ's going to come back at him. And Julian gets another 3-second time penalty. Oh, so unfortunate for them who's had a blistering pace during the race. As I've just noticed that AC made a mistake or something. 2 laps to go. This is going to be interesting, but remember, unless AC gets a 3-second time penalty, he will win still, even if Patrick gets past him ahead. Drunkenstein, 3-second time penalty. So you got very interesting that battle for the lead still. As we've got Loki, he's got past Prime. As Prime's coming for him, where's he going to make a dive? Oh, just has to back out last second. No, he was just still putting the pressure on Patrick, who is still keeping up with AC. Remember, I think if he gets in the DRS, it might be a close battle. But obviously, remember, AC's got no penalties at all. Patrick's got 1 3-second time penalty, along with Noiluza behind them. So this could be the podium with Julian P4. But it's been a brilliant race to watch. And I guess Prime is still trying to get past Low-Key. As here he goes, he's going to make a dive for the hairpin. Still side by side, clean move. Low-Key will get the traction, but Prime gets a brilliant exit 2. Side by side, but Prime's going to get DRS. And that's going to get Prime the P6. And we've still got the battles going on for the front 3. It looks like Patrick is he's using more ERS in the front stretch. As now the fuel like last lap, remember. Unless AC makes a move for a penalty, he's won this. As Brett's now into P10, but remember, he won't keep that as Houseman doesn't get a 3-second penalty. As this is going to be a very interesting race. Oh, AC's made a big mistake! The gaps went down from a second to 5 tenths. But he will still win this unless he gets a 3-second time penalty in the last few laps, 3 corners. I think Patrick is just going for glory and go home. I think there's a bit of a lock up there for Ace. I think Ace's tyres have gone off too. Behind him is Loki going to make a move? No, he's too far back. I don't Brett made into P9. As here it goes. Is Patrick going to stick behind or is he going to gun for it? He's not. Ace is probably going to... I don't know if he's going to hold him off, but he will win the race nonetheless. And Ace was a brilliant race. Comes into P1, Patrick P2, Noilers at P3, Transmite P4, Julian P5. Oh no, apologies, Prime and Low-Key, they kept the gap. Luke gets P8. Bread, is he going to get points? P8 right now, P9. Yes, Bread gets points after a brilliant recovery drive. Drunken Steen, I don't think is going to get any points. No, unfortunately not. Champ P13, Javier P14. A brilliant result for P16. What a result by him. Oh, what a brilliant drive for the Mercedes driver. But a brilliant drive from AC in the wets to get to P1, and then already beat him out at the time, but obviously he had no penalties as well, so it was a clean drive from him to get the result. Just gonna make sure I've got these guys, 2 seconds. Oh, wrong button. Just making sure about something. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna get both of them into the party chat now. So I'm just gonna get these people in the chat now. Obviously Patrick says he's unavailable, so let's just get them. Let's get the people involved. Right, so obviously AC. And no loser. It was a great race to watch. Patrick, as Patrick says, he's being unavailable for the interviews. So I'm just getting them invites sent now. It was a great race. Loads of accidents with the rain, great overtakes. That was a good result. Let's go for the drivers now to join the lobby. And I'll see if we can get talking to them. Hello, here's the race winner.
Hello.
Hello, just waiting for Noi Loser and then we can start because Patrick's not able to do it. Oh, speaking of the devil. Oh, for God's sake! Oh, I forgot about that. Oh! Noi Loser, why? Yes, well, obviously we heard that. Alright, obviously, because Patrick says he's unavailable, so it's just going to be used too. So, obviously, first thing, I'll start on P3, Noi Loser. It was a great race by you to move up from P7 to P3. Yeah, for the rain, I'm guessing. Yeah, I was guessing you were just copying what he was doing at the point. Yeah, I saw you sticking to him, and obviously when I saw you pit early, obviously I was like, all right, so let's just gonna see how this goes. Yeah, because I saw both of you on a 3 second time penalty, so I knew it was just gonna be a race to the end. Was used to, but yeah, because both of you had 3 second time penalties at the end. So I was like, is someone gonna make a mistake? Is it gonna go to 6? No. Yeah, but yeah. Well, congrats on your podium, P3. And then obviously we've got. Obviously, see what happens when I commentate. This is what happens. No, I'm just for these 2 weeks because Watino's had business. Yeah, England, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so let's move on to our race winner. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I never can say your name right.
Axe.
Axe,
You can
okay.
say Axe.
Oh, for God's sake. Have you still got your mic settings correct?
What?
Because Watino just commented saying, I can't hear anyone. No, I mean, like, apparently on the stream, apparently, for some reason, he says.
Do you hear me in the party?
Yeah, I can hear you in the party. So just 2 seconds.
Okay. Nice.
No. Oh, God's sake! No, no. Yeah, it's no, there's apparently it's you. Part of your settings apparently don't let you broadcast and like other things. So basically, I did an interview to myself. Okay, so we'll just have to figure that out next time. But I'm gonna have to explain it to him. Okay, so let's just move on to the raceway. Oh, I forgot to ask that when you joined. Okay, so Axa, that was a great result for you from P16 on the grid. Did you feel like you were going to win that from where you started?
Yeah, I miss totally my quali. I take the track too late and start P16, I think.
Yeah, it's P16 to P1, so it was a great result for you.
Yeah, P16. I start in medium, and that was easier to go to the rain, and I was faster with the medium than the soft
Yeah,
before the rain, and after I passed P1, I think before the pit stop, and
yeah,
after I try to keep my advantage and win the race.
Yeah, because I noticed that you pushed for your inter tires 2 laps longer than everyone else. Like, is this going to pay out for him? But obviously it did because you just got in front of Patrick as well.
Yeah, Patrick was really fast to the end. I did a mistake. The first corner, second sector.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because I was looking at someone else and I just saw the gap drop massively. I'm like, what the hell's happened there?
Yeah, I
Oh, just
yeah.
don't.
I broke I break in the grass and I say in my head, oh no no no, not now.
No, but it was a really good result from you, especially when you started, because I saw you were much better in the rain because you just put pressure on P1 all the time.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, but you did really well in the rain conditions to manage to get the gap just to get the pit stop sorted.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he was on soft for the last stints, used to on mediums. Because I think he had 10 laps soft when I think your mediums were 12 laps, so...
no loser. Do you battle with Patrick in the no? Okay.
Well, I guess that's going to wrap up because I can't think of anything else to say. So well done for both of you getting your podium in
Thank you.
the first rain of the season.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah, well, it's back to Rotino after me. So yeah, so I'm just getting the stream now. So don't forget if you liked watching, to leave a like and a subscribe. And obviously next week we've got obviously back to F2, F3 on Saturday, and then back on F1 next Sunday. So hope everyone enjoyed watching, and obviously we'll see you whenever we see you. So bye.